want to wish everyone a happy Sunday. On my end, exhausted. Been going non-stop since this morning, 4 a.m., 7 private drives, private rides, one more. It's going to be a good money day, but I'm tired. I didn't really have much of a relaxing Sunday at all. Now, here's something we need to pay very, very special attention to. This is where we need to be aware. One day before the strike, Uber announces that they will be charging riders a fuel fee. And they say that of that additional fuel fee, 55 cents, you guys know that, for rides, 45 cents for food deliveries. We are apparently, hi everyone, we are apparently getting 100% of this. Now, this is where we need to communicate with the riders, with the passengers, because on our end, they say you got to do 40 rides, right? 40 rides and you get $22, which is nothing. We've already established that that's a joke, right? It's a joke. It's not, that's not assisting drivers. But I believe, and I'm careful when I'm saying this, but I believe the big con is going to be known to us 1 or 2 days after this kicks in, because I am pretty damn sure Uber is going to charge the rider, their client, their customer, 55 cents, maybe even more. That's why we need to check notes. We need to compare, ask your passengers what they are paying additionally after their ride. So if it shows up 55 cents, okay. And are you getting that 55 cents? Is it actually ending up on your app, on the driver app? Or does the tricky bait and switch, misleading verbiage, wording, short you because you got to do 40 trips before you get the $22? Now, if they're charging the 55 cents and the 45 cents automatically, right? They say this is going to last for 60 days, 2 months minimum. They're going to be charging the rider and the person ordering the food 55 cents and 45 cents. Let's just say for some reason you did 30 trips instead of 40 trips, right? So 30 times 55 cents, that's 15 plus another $1.50, that's $16.50. Are they actually going to make $16.50 from that customer and pay you zero because you didn't get 40 trips? You see where I'm going with this? And the reason why I say this is because everything I have historically looked at in the past from Uber and Lyft shows there's a scheme. There's some way to scam you out or scam them out of money. And I just hope, it's pathetic, I just hope that every 55 cents or a passenger pays is automatically transferred to your driver account. And they don't start this BS. Oh, we said we would give you $22 at 55 cents a trip, but you had to do a minimum of 40 trips. And I think that is where we need to compare notes with the ride, and that is where we have to be ultra careful. How have they worded this? Do they have another scheme or a scam going on, right? Because if they are indeed taking the 55 cents from the rider and only paying you out if you've done 40 trips, right? They're scamming you out of a lot of money, and they made a false promise to the rider that you would be getting 100%. But then they're also taking advantage of us because they're saying, oh, you got to go out there and do more trips, 40 trips minimum in that week before you qualify. So there's been a lot of chit chat about this 40 trips. I just question the wording. Why did they throw that 40 trips into the mix? You got to do 40 trips, right? They didn't say, oh, it's conditional. But why didn't they just say for the next 60 days, and this would be transparency, this would be legally correct, this would be the right way of doing it. Obviously it's BS, 55 cents, we know that. But every trip that the rider takes will be an additional 55 cents. Hey, dear rider, you're going to pay 55 cents more. And dear rider, the 55 cents automatically on every single trip goes to the driver. Why did they ask yourself, why did they bring the 40 trips in? And if you haven't done 40 trips, and there's going to be many, many people out there that may not do 40 trips in 1 week, right? If you did 20 trips, 15 trips, 30 trips, even if you did 38 trips, do you get zero? And guess what? They are definitely still charging the rider. And I'm going to leave the link to the article so you guys can comment on this and you can decide, how do you interpret this, right? Do you see this as another money grab? You know, exploiting drivers and riders? Obviously, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute insult to say, oh, we're going to give you a whopping 55 cents or 45 cents on a food delivery. It's an insult, right? Yes, and once upon a time, it used to be 80-20. I've never seen it 90-10. Somebody just said 90-10. I've seen it 80-20, or maybe like for a very long time, 75-25. And guess what? People were making money. And when I was referring drivers in the height of 2017, I was making $25,000 to $40,000 a month on referrals, right? Some people bash me for that, but hey, I look at rideshare the following way. How much can I make on SUV? How much can I make leasing out vehicles to Uber and Lyft drivers? And how much can I make on referrals? I was maximizing it. And I was telling Harry, the rideshare guy, the other day, right? Those were the good times. And 2019, they changed the referral program. So, you know, I'm the first one to admit, yes, I was marketing in 600 cities. Yes, I was absolutely killing it referral-wise. Those days are over. And the other thing is, when it started going from 75 to 25, 70, 30, 60 you, them 40, to 50 you, 50 them, or 40 you, 60 them, that's when a lot of drivers just said, you know what, forget about it. They're not going to bring back the 75-25. In California, my friends, and I wish this happened to all Texas drivers, Arizona drivers, Florida drivers, there was 1 year, and people in California can relate to this, after they passed Proposition 22, they gave us the multiplier for 1 year, and we were actually making money. We were actually back to the 80-20 days, but they took that away, and they took the destination filter away. So everything that I have seen historically with this company has been a bait and switch. And I don't want to come across negative. I'm just reporting as is. Everything that I've seen from the day Dara Khosrowshahi took the wheel of that ship, of the Titanic, it's been a bait and switch and screwing the drivers and the delivery people. Under Travis Kalanick, well, he's definitely a scoundrel and he's definitely a bad boy. But people were making more money, period. They were making more money. Monday to Monday, you were making more money under Travis Kalanick. And in comes the numbers guy. So, and Travis Kalanick ain't no saint, right? He's not a good little boy, right? He's not the little goody boy. Absolutely not. I mean, go and watch Super Pumped and you'll find out who Travis is, right? But, you know, they push him out. Dara comes in. But there is something about Dara, not just something. Every little bit of his DNA cannot be trusted, right? Because every little thing he pretends to do for you, he F's you over or takes on the other end. And that's just how, you know, I mean, I've been in this game long enough to report. And believe me, there were some great stories. I would be reporting on them. I want to have the good stories back. I don't want to be reporting on carjackings, murders, assaults, them screwing us over the gas prices, them screwing us over here, their algorithms. I don't want to be reporting about this. I'd want to be able to report the good news, right? I'd want to be able to say, hey, they're taking care of safety. They're really taking care of us on the gas surcharge. And they're really doing something about the pay. But I'm sorry, I'm not able to report that. What's up, bro? Jay Terrible in the house. Everyone in the house, smash. We've got 104 people. It's a lot of people on a Sunday. I only see 26. So if you can keep those likes coming and smash that like button, I promise you, I'll fight harder. Right? I fight for those likes. Not only do I fight these companies, you guys know me, and I'm a little bit edgy, and I'm a little bit controversial at times, but I'm always ready for a good fight. Philly is the Uber and Lyft driver war zone. Philadelphia has, without doubt, the highest assaults, murders, and carjackings throughout the world, not just the United States, throughout the world. The highest statistics, Philadelphia. And I have one really cool subscriber that always sends me little 30 to 60 second sound bites. I love it. It's in that accent. I can't duplicate that accent that they have in Philadelphia. It's unique, it's special. But this guy is a character. He goes raging crazy mad in these little sound bites that he sends me about Uber and Lyft. Has nothing kind to say. And he's a Philly driver. And the guy's real. He always keeps it real. I like him a lot. Gig Rocket in the house. Yeah, go over to Gig Rocket. If we can get the course ready, the private chauffeur course, and I've been working on it for 1 year, it's 22 modules, 22 chapters, totaling 300 minutes. I will absolutely assure you it will transform your business. I want to bring out for everyone that I've been discussing this with my technical team, for everyone that participates in the strike. Right? I'm thinking, I said to my main tech guy, my CTO, Brian Olson, phenomenal guy. I've known him since 2000. I've been working with him. We've done a lot together, made good money together. I said to him, if a driver can show me that they are striking on March the 17th, I do want to give you a 50% coupon, 50% off that private chauffeur or driver for hire or limo driver, obviously different terms around the world. But that course, I've really put my heart and my soul into it, right? And I've put everything, all the cards on the table. This is how I make the money. This is where I find the private clients. This is how I do it. So I'm trying to work something that on March the 17th, on that day, if you're striking, I want to offer the private chauffeur course, the fleet course, and the bundled rideshare course for 50% off, like as a thank you for standing up against the company, right? And that was the max he was willing to discount it, and he's my business partner on Gig Rocket, right? So trying to put that together in very quick time so I can get that out on March the 17th. Obviously, I'll make a video. Press releases have gone out, flyers have gone out. People have been. I've even had some state officials, secretaries of states, specific states, contact me and say we behind your strike. We're going to fight with you. And these are people in the in government, in politics, that have reached out to me and said, we like what you're doing. You're standing up to the bullies. How can we, as a secretary of the state, assist you? Thank you. Thank you, politicians, for getting involved, right? And I'm truly not going to say whether it's Democratic or Republican politicians. I don't care who you are, as long as you stand behind us and fight for the equal rights that we're fighting for. We deserve better safety, we deserve better pay, and we deserve some genuine help at the pump. 55 cent ain't going to cut it. 55 cent ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. Absolutely not. No driving on the 7th. I'm not gonna drive. I'm not driving on the 17th. I'm gonna be ninja in the house. I'm gonna be making videos all day long. I'm gonna be, maybe Dark Road Run and a couple of others want to do a nice YouTube marathon with me. A nice long YouTube marathon. We're striking on the 17th. 55 cents. Can you believe it? I'm not making this up. 55 cents. And I am going to go absolutely ballistic, insane. I'm going to lose my marbles if they are tying this 55 cents to 40 trips a day, 40 trips a week, and say only if you get the 40. If they're going to do this on March the 16th, I'm going to go absolutely batshit insane, because that means they're going over to the rider taking 55 cents and they are not on. So Dara, be warned. I mean, Lyft hasn't made any announcement yet. I'm pretty sure that on Monday, Lyft is going to come out with some fuel assistance. That's my guess on Monday. But Dara Koshashawi, be warned. If you are taking 55 cents from the rider and you are not giving every one of those 55 cents, not 53, not 54, not 26, but every one of those 55 cents on every single trip to the driver, I am going to go absolutely batshit insane. And I'm going to find out on March the 17th, because they're implementing this on the March the 16th. Believe me, the drivers give me so much feedback. I get 200 to 300 text messages and emails every day. I will find out from every corner in the United States if you are indeed getting that 55 cents, or are they making it conditional? Oh, you got to do 40 trips. We shall see. So be forewarned, Mr. Dara Koshashawi. No effing around with our monies. That's our money, right? If you're putting your fingers into the cookie jar, I will literally chop those fingers off verbally, not physically. Otherwise, it would be a threat. I will verbally take those fingers off that go into the cookie jar, in our cookie jar. Not happening, bro. Not happening. And a little joke here. How do you get four Dara Koshashawis on a bar stool? You turn it upside down. Got 107 people in the house, 60 likes. Smash that like button, my friends. Hit it hard. Yeah, it's not just about my 50,000 subscribers. It's about what people have put into Facebook. The amount of people you are connecting with in these Facebook rooms, the amount of people that other YouTubers are connecting with, the amount of people at the media. My 50,000, I consider my 50,000 subscribers as extended family, right? They're all my brothers and sisters. And hopefully we go to war together, right? Obviously, not every one of the 50,000 subscribers is going to switch the app off. Would be wonderful. It would definitely show a big dent in their earnings if all 50,000 switched it off. But beyond that, you guys have all done phenomenal work sharing. You've gone and made your own posts. You've gone into Facebook groups. You've done your own videos. And that's where I'm hoping we're going to have some traction. And if they don't listen, we're going to repeat it on the 4th of July. And if they don't listen to us on the 4th of July, we will go out and strike for an entire week after the 4th of July, right? So we're not stopping. We're not stopping until we get what we deserve. Better safety on the app, better gas assistance, and better pay per mile per minute, period. My job has not been done until those three conditions have been met. If Uber ties that to a 40 trip minimum, I want to read that. I say we host a break headquarters. Well, if they do that and they make it conditional, we got to bring the fight to the headquarters. We got to make banners and stand outside and shame him. Because if they are indeed taking from the rider 55 cents and making it conditional that you have to do 40 trips, I'm going to be raging mad. Whoever wants to drive up with me to San Francisco to hold a banner outside, I will draw a permit to protest outside. I'll pay for a permit so that they arrest us on doorsteps, right? No questions asked. And thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone in advance. Thank you so much. Somebody just donated $10. Let me go back. Who was that? I want to give them a shout out. Sorry, who just donated 10 bucks? Who was that? I hope I didn't skip that individual. I want to give them a shout out. Somebody just made a $10 donation. I want to give them a shout out. There it is, and that was David Sink. Says, I've planned a cookout for a few fellow drivers. I love it. I love it. That is nice of you. That's a nice gesture, right? Get together with a couple of fellow drivers and say, you know what, we're gonna do a live stream, or we protesting, or you know, we're gonna meet at a place, and you know what, if the media show up, 2 thumbs up to you, man. So again, I from the bottom of my heart, Terry, thank you so much for throwing another 10 down. Peace, bro. I just hope we have peace all over the world, my friends. It just saddens me to see what's going on there. And we're going to keep on fighting. We're not going to play as dirty as Putin does, right? He's a dirty MF. But, you know, we're going to stick it to them on March 17th. And a sincere thank you from me for elevating, for